What's up, guys? Welcome to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose, and where this ministry is committed to living and promoting a holistic mind, body, and spirit path to health and wellness and to life overall, and where this ministry puts a premium emphasis on this group of people that the Bible refers to as the have-nots. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. We're going to get right off into it. Whenever you are committed to being at your best in a balanced way, not just in your physical health, not just in your mental health, and not just in your spiritual health, but balanced. It takes you down some strange, some weird roads, and it essentially or literally puts you at odds with the overwhelming majority of people on this planet. Because when you're committed to being at your absolute best, that demands a genuineness, that demands an authenticity, that demands that there's no more competing, that demands that you stop competing against others and comparing yourself against others. Now, how many people, when you look out your front door, how many people are out there that you can genuinely say that you feel, sense, or believe that that guy, that girl is committed to such a course? Being a true, authentic person in and of themselves, their attitude, their personality, their quirks, whatever. How many people out there that are not comparing themselves against the next guy and the next girl, thinking they're better because they have more than the next person, or thinking they're less because the next person has more than them? How many people are out there living this way? How many people are out there saying that I'm going to be genuine, authentic, and I'm not going to compete against others? See, when you take that path to being at your best, this is what it entails. And again, most people aren't there. Most people are comparing themselves against others. Most people get their meaning, their purpose, their ideas about who they are based on outside factors, the world, society, their upbringing, their finances, what they look like in the mirror, etc. But that's not you. So I want you guys to continue to keep your hands inside, keep your arms and legs inside the ride at all times. Because it's a bumpy road. Along the path, along this road, you develop situational awareness and you develop situational appropriateness. And that's to say that you become aware of the situation, the environment that you're in, the season that you're in, the location that you're in, if it's a workplace day in and day out, if it's a place you've never visited before, if it's a group of people that you deal with day in and day out, or someone or a group of people that you've never seen before. You become situationally aware in terms of, that's a real person, that's a genuine person, that's a fake person, that's a Decepticon, that's a narcissist, that's a sincere soul. You begin to be able to decode / discern all of these things. And not only is it to the point to where you can discern what it is, like nobody can pull a wool over your eyes. Now, don't get me wrong. We don't, there's people out there that are brilliant in their ability to deceive others. And so every now and again you might get somebody that slips beneath the radar. You may end up with some zips inside the wire, clowns that presented themselves as true, loving, caring, authentic human beings. But they are few and to the vanishing point, and ultimately the truth about them is revealed. Oftentimes, just depending on how long you've been committed to walking this path, oftentimes that deception, them being able to slip underneath the radar and have you thinking they're a true, genuine person, that doesn't last very long. So it's not ultimately, it's like oftentimes, it's one or two occurrences, one or two times in which you've engaged that person or been around that person before you become situationally aware. That was a fake smile. That comment was kind of disingenuous, backstabbing. You become situationally aware. And that's with the people, the places, and the things. So not just the people, the places. You can go into, let's say I'll use a black man as an example. You could be a black man that goes deep, deep into the South and walk into a tavern in the middle of nowhere filled with white people, and you can discern that this is a home sweet home type of place. There's no racism here. There's no animosity here. And you can be a white person that from down on the farm, if you will, and goes to an inner city, what we would call ghetto environment, and discern that, you're welcome there. Whatever the case may be, you can discern that environment. Just like you can walk in there and say it's welcoming, the energy in there, you can discern it, and you can determine whether or not it's toxic, if it's polluted, if it's friendly, if it's dangerous. So the people and the places, you develop situational awareness. Also the things. So somebody giving you a pat on the back, somebody giving you a gift for your birthday, somebody recommending you for the promotion on the job, somebody buying you a new car, whatever. The actual things, the people, places, and the things, you develop situational awareness. You know that gift, I don't care if it was $100 or $100,000. You know that if it came, if whether or not it came from a sincere heart, or was that just an act of manipulation. The people, the places, and the things you develop, you become totally situationally aware. And it's because your mind, your body, and your spirit, when properly merged and synthesized, you're activated. You become, if you guys are, I used to know the name of them, but the cartoons, you become Super Saiyan or Super Goku, whatever they already operating from a certain level, but then, whatever they do, they get a PowerPoint or get some other energy activated, and then they go Super Saiyan. This is what you become. Your ability to read, to discern from a mental standpoint, that spiritual standpoint which resonates with your body becomes tense or relaxed. Your discernment feeds your body. Your body feeds your mind. Your mind feeds your spirit / your discernment. So as you go to and fro in the land, I want you to keep this in mind. Because we'll transition from situational awareness into situational appropriateness. Because you learn to become situationally appropriate. Whatever is required, whatever is needed in that situation, in order for you to be appropriate, if that appropriate means getting the promotion, fleeing, to seek shelter or safety, standing up to someone, embracing someone, walking away from someone, confronting someone, forgiving someone. Whatever is required in that situation, you become adept at being appropriate. And the reason why you have to know this is because that situational appropriateness, remember, you're dealing with most people that are not operating on that same frequency that those of us who are just trying to be our best, not in a holier than thou way, we're just trying to be our best. Most people aren't. So when you're moving in that situational awareness or that situational appropriateness, what is appropriate for you to stay focused, to stay centered, to stay safe, to achieve the task at hand, to defend yourself, to protect, those who can't protect themselves, whatever. That situational appropriateness may fly in the face. Oftentimes it's going to fly boldly into the face of those who aren't operating on that same frequency. In other words, what's more common, what's more politically correct is that what's politically correct may be for you to do this, and that's what would be appropriate. For you to be appropriate in this situation, you should, kiss up, dumb down, numb out, respond and become aggressive, or become passive and walk away, or put up with it, whatever it is. What's inside that little box of what I'll loosely refer to as normality, what's expected, what's inside that box of what's normal, may oftentimes and will oftentimes be directly contrary to what's actually appropriate for you to do in order for you to stay true to your path, true to yourself, true to being safe, true to achieving the goal, putting God first, and so forth and so on. And if you don't know the importance of you staying true to course, then all of those outside people, those outside faces, those outside comments, those outside energies that causes you to feel uneasy and perhaps even second guess yourself, those things will be there seeking to push you right back into what's acceptable inside the box, what's appropriate inside the box. And we're all of us who are genuinely committed to being at our best, regardless of age, health, race, ethnicity, religion, all of us that are truly committed to being at our best, we are a square peg in a round hole. We don't fit. We don't belong. And so what is situationally appropriate is not going to fit oftentimes, dare I say, the overwhelming majority of the times either. That situational awareness, just being aware of the truth, just being aware of the lies, just being aware of the fakery, the sincerity, the smiling assassin. The situational awareness in and of itself can be challenging. Because if you don't know, then you can oftentimes, again, just end up second guessing yourself, thinking that, well, that's 100 people in a row. That's 1,000 people in a row that had their energy was off, their look, their expression, their sarcastic statements, their rudeness. All these people can't possibly be operating on that frequency, so maybe it's me. And that's where you would be wrong. Because you arrive at situational awareness of people, places, and things. And you have to learn to trust that. And it's because, again, when you're operating in wholeness, completeness, when you're utilizing everything that God / the universe, whatever you want to call it, has given you, when you're prioritizing your mental, your physical, and your spiritual in a merged, balanced, and synthesized way, again, you become Super Saiyan, so to speak, in terms of your awareness, in terms of your commitment to staying true to the course. And this gives birth to situational awareness and situational appropriateness. Being aware of the situation and being appropriate in that situation, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of what they say, regardless of the way, maybe your reputation has to take some hits. Maybe your business has to take some hits. But your job is to finish the race that He has set before you. That's the reason why you've been led to this holistic path in life to begin with. So keep all of those things in mind, guys. Don't let the enemy deceive you. Don't let the enemy trick you. Don't let the enemy intimidate you. Don't let the enemy bully you. Your situational awareness is real. And when you're operating from that realness, then that means that your situational appropriateness is then too real. You can't be situationally aware, know that this person is a fake and a phony, but then because of your reputation, because of, maybe you're just a kind-hearted person or whatever, hey, people will use that kindness and weaponize it against you. You can't let those things stop you from being situationally appropriate. No, I can't hang out with you. I can't have contact with you. Or I can't, just being situationally appropriate. If that's what is appropriate in that situation, you sense that clean energy. You sense that loving energy, that sincerity. You recognize that energy because it's operating within you, that energy that says, hey, I'm just trying to be my best. I'm not interested in competing against someone else or comparing myself to someone else, being someone else. You sense that energy. And so what is appropriate may be for you to spark up a conversation, give friendly eye contact, give a word of encouragement, etc., etc. But whether it's that side of the coin or the opposite side of the coin, your job is to move in that situational appropriateness, whatever is appropriate based on what's been made aware to you, what's been brought to your awareness by way of the Holy Spirit. So this is why, just one of the reasons why I'm always encouraging you guys to get up every single day, Just like you get up every single day, you comb your hair, you brush your teeth, you make your bed. Every single day, do something that strengthens, that nourishes, that revitalizes your mental fitness, your physical fitness, and or your spiritual fitness. Whatever that might be, it doesn't matter if it takes 2 minutes or 2 hours. When you put your conscious mind, your spirit, man or woman, when you activate that and says, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing for my body today. That could be going for a run. That could be stretching. That could be just simply bending over to tie your shoes and saying, wow, you know what? I'm glad I can tie my shoes, because a lot of people can't. It could be anything, but you're bringing in, you're activating your spirit, man or woman, and you're consciously giving thanks to the universe. Maybe it's what I'm going to do for my body today. Guess what? Absolutely nothing. In the sense that what I'm going to do, I'm going to kick back. Man, I'm going to put my feet up. Maybe just watch TV, drink iced tea all day, just kick back. And I'm going to do it consciously, thanking God that this is what I'm doing for my body. My spirit, man or woman, what am I doing? I'm going to get a massage. I'm going to go for a walk in nature, spend time with one of my favorite hobbies or my pet, loved ones, friends, family. I'm going to engage in some aromatherapy. I'm going to engage in some acts of random kindness. I'm going to engage in acts of self-love. Whatever it is, I'm doing it consciously for my spiritual self. And the same thing when it comes to my mental self. I'm going to take some time out to think about this problem that I can't get solved. I'm going to spend some time trying to come up with some brand new ideas for my own company or for the company that you may work for. But just doing something consciously, and again, whether it's 2 minutes or 2 hours, as long as it's balanced, not 2 hours contemplating and using your mental faculties, and then 2 hours on the treadmill, but only 2 minutes in your spirit, man or woman. And it's just balancing them all out, man. So this is what it's all about. If you'd like something specific to do, a personalized routine, a regimen, reach out. That email link is down in the description box. Reach out and schedule your initial consultation and evaluation, whether it's physical fitness, mental fitness, and or spiritual fitness. I got a personalized protein, a personalized program, just like a personalized meal plan that I can help you develop based on, again, who you are, what you're hoping for, what you're believing in, what you're coming up against, etc., etc. So keep all those things in mind, guys. The services that are provided by this ministry consist of philosophical counseling, youth and young adult mentoring and counseling, clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices, and go to the physical fitness website at mountfitnessmbs.com to get some information about the physical fitness training. Again, the email link is down in the description box if you'd like to schedule your initial consultation and evaluation. If you got any value out of today's message, then please consider becoming a supporter of this ministry. To do so, please engage in one or more of the following things. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for notifications. Leave a comment. Spread the word about this ministry by word of mouth. As we know, a lot of people aren't online. Investigate and or utilize the services that I just mentioned. And please also consider making a financial donation to this ministry. There's a Cash App link down in the description box for that. Please KNOW that whatever good seed you plant into this ministry, you will receive the abundant harvest that the universe has promised whenever one plants good seed in good ground. So receive your harvest by faith. And this is what I got for you guys. As I close out, I'll finish this message right where I started it. You are on a very rare, a very beautiful, a very unique, a very odd and peculiar journey that's going to take you up and down and around and through and over and under all kinds of different terrains in life. But this is our great workshop. This is where we grow. This is where we develop. This is where we evolve. And the beauty and the evolution and the adventure of it all, it's well worth it. The fruits of your labor are well worth it. So go out there and walk in situational awareness, trust it, and then go right on from situational awareness to situational appropriateness. Don't be afraid of that truth. Yeah, that guy is hating. Yeah, that girl is hating. Yeah, that guy, yeah, that girl is hurting and need a pat on the back. Whatever this situation or circumstances is, once you become situationally aware, and when I say aware, obviously I mean the truth about what's going on, then you follow that up with situational appropriateness. What's appropriate for you to do now that that truth has been made known to you? Is it walking away? Is it running? Is it helping someone? Is it confronting someone? Is it forgiving someone? Is it holding someone accountable? What is it? The answer is there. Continue to prioritize your mental, physical, and spiritual health and wellness. And what did you do in those regards yesterday? What did you do in those regards today? What are you going to do tomorrow? For your mental fitness, for your physical fitness, and for your spiritual fitness. What are you going to do? Leave me a comment. Let me know, guys. This is what I got for you guys. I love you all. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Thanks for all your love, your support, your generosity, all that good stuff. I value every single one of you guys. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Yes, I am Brother Minister Mongoose. And yes, I will holler back. Peace.